Man, who would have thought AEW Collision was better than AEW Dynamite this week? Man, that's fucking crazy, man. Sorry for the F-bomb, I had to say that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to some Anonymous Lucas, a special Sunday Anonymous Lucas podcast episode for March 30th, 2025. This is your AEW Collision, March 29th, 2025 review. I know, it's kind of crazy. AEW Collision was better than Dynamite this week. Kind of crazy, man. Kind of freaking crazy. Not that Collision was a perfect show last night, but all the shows we've gotten this week, I'll be honest, I felt like Collision was actually a lot better than all the rest of the shows this week. Maybe not my grading-wise, but my personal perspective, I'll combine all the grades and everything. I thought Collision was better than, like, NXT and Raw and NXT, SmackDown, and Dynamite this week. I thought better. Maybe Raw a little bit more. There's a little bit of sub-squad, maybe a little bit. But it's kind of close to Collision and Raw. Collision was not the greatest show last night, but this is proof how much the week still sucked this week, for the most part. But to say the least, Collision was actually not that bad of an episode. Not that bad of an episode of AEW Collision. Maybe I should watch more often. Hey, here's some Mercedes Mone and my girl on that more often, man. Maybe I'll watch it more often. It'd be a pretty good show. We're here in Collision review this week, and don't expect this too often. Especially WrestleMania season's obviously taking place a couple weeks before WrestleMania. There'd not be too many Collision reviews, unless they put Mercedes Mone on that show, my girl. And maybe that would do a Collision reviews from now on. We'll wait and find out, but man, Collision this week is actually a pretty fun show. Pretty fun show. It was solid for what it was. It's not the greatest show on paper. But the card is actually not that bad. There's not one single grade lower than a B-. That's an A++ in my book, and all honesty, no pun intended to the grading system. And your Collision intro. Toni Storm starts the show and called out Megan Bayne, so Penlope Ford attacked Storm, and Toni eventually got the upper hand, and so Bayne eventually took out Storm to finish off the segment. Jay White defeated Kevin Knight in the first match of the night. Also, my girl, the lovely, lovely, lovely Monster Inc. woman herself, Mercedes Mone. God, I just loved her gear last night. My favorite gear of all of her AEW career so far. It's that Monsters Inc. It's called Scully. I don't know if that's his name. I watched Monsters Inc. when I was a little kid. But not so much anymore. Probably lost a lot of memory about that. But I know some sort of Monsters Inc. inspired gift from Mercedes here, my girl. And she defeats Robyn Renegade. And after the match, Athena's back in her graces on AEW main roster television. Wow. So Athena has been finally seen on AEW television, not in Ring of Honor. What a shock. Said nobody. We all know Athena was going to come out eventually, man. Especially since that Billie Starks match in Diamond with Mercedes. But Athena came out, and Athena and Mercedes took on some mini brawl. And Athena accidentally hit the Eclipse, or I think you can call it in your face or something like that. I think it's in your face, but let's just call it the Eclipse for right now. On Renegade to finish off the segment. Basically, she's a Mercedes Mone and Athena match for a Dynasty, maybe beyond. I honestly believe it's a multi-match type of feud, man. And Athena gets the first win over Mercedes, getting Mercedes Mone her first L. That's what should be happening. If I'm not, I'm a very disappointed man. A very disappointed man, to say the least. That's what should be happening. Again, said in the segment on the match. It was a Big Bill and Bryan defeat the top flight members of Darius and Dante Martin. Which basically question, why was a squash match on Dynamite for Tony Khan? For top flight. To get him a squash match winner in the belt. Freaking stupid if you ask me. Good old 50-50 booking already. Also, some Wheeler defeating Dax Harwood. There's a flip over my notes here to say at least as well. I'm going to flip my freaking page out of my notebook to say at least. I'm a little bit unorganized today, but I'm more unorganized today for sure. There's also some Hologram defeating Blake Christian, and also Jamie Hayter defeating Billie Starks in the main event of this show as well. We're going to today's podcast call, join maybe, so I was going to say it's this week's AEW Collision review for March 29th, 2025. Starting with, you guessed it, Toni Storm, the reigning defending AEW Women's World Champion, Miss Toni Storm. Timeless Toni Storm, I'm sorry about that. She starts the show and calls out Megan Bayne, so Penlope Ford attacks Storm, and then Toni eventually got the upper hand. until Bayne eventually finished off and put down Storm and finished off the segment. Gave us a B-. There's three things I want to watch the show for Collision this week. One is Toni Storm. My girl Mercedes Mone, what she's been doing, because I love her. I love everything she does. Man, I can question booking-wise. It's a different story for another day. And also, Jamie Hayter returned to the television as well, which was supposed to be against Queen Yamanaka, but actually, I guess Queen Yamanaka got injured or something like that. So it ended up being changed to Billie Starks. Probably a better match, honestly, on paper as well. But after the start, it was okay if it was soft for what it was. There was not anything bad in the show last night. Everything's been either solid to decent or to good, and even pretty good in all honesty. There's a lot of B- and B's on this show. That's all you get out of the grades and everything for the system. And obviously your overall show grade is also a B's in the as well. You get the point. But this segment was actually very soft for what it was. Gave it a B- to start the show. Not a bad way to start off the show. It's time with your AEW Women's World Champion. I did not like when she took the L against Megan Bayne, took the pinfall L in a tag team with Thunder Rosa and Penlope Ford. Freaking stupid, if you ask me. I know they're trying to build up Megan Bayne. They're doing a really freaking great job building up Megan Bayne. But what happens when she now loses to Toni Storm? She's not being Toni Storm at Wrestle Dynasty on April 6th. That is just not going to happen. It probably takes place next Sunday. Completely forgot about that, to say the least. It's a week from this Sunday's Wrestle Dynasty. So Red Rose was actually that week out in advance. So maybe Mercedes Mone and Athena doesn't take place at Wrestle Dynasty. If it does, then that'd be freaking stupid if you ask me now. That'd be freaking stupid. One and done feud. Okay, I mean, come on, dude. Do not do that, please. Let's just go back to the segment, though. Maybe it takes place at Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing May. How about that? That'd be perfect, if you ask me. And eventually, after I get to All In Texas, you get the freaking point. Let's go back to Megan Bayne and Toni Storm. Not from Mercedes right now, right? But this is a very solid segment. A B- overall match segment of a grade. Moving on. Jay White. Jay White defeats Kevin Knight. This is the first match of the night. Also a B-. Not a very solid match here. I like Kevin Knight quite a bit in ring. I feel like he's pretty freaking good, if you ask me. Jay White's obviously better. He's always going to get the win on the show. He's not going to be losing against Kevin Knight. Let's be real, dude. That's just not going to happen. And Jay White also announces his an invitation to be holding a hard cup tournament for the men's side of things. And I freaking love that, by the way. Love that, by the way. He made an intense promo after the match, or how much it means to win the Owen Hart Cup Foundation tournament for all the females. Pretty fun promo. Gave us overall match with a grade of a B-. And moving on to my girl, Mercedes Mone, Monsters Inc. woman herself. And no, I'm not. I just realized this before I was watching my intro to this podcast, the intro. I did not mean the woman herself, like the old lady in Monsters Inc. The old lady again, like Mike Mazowski. Not that lady. I'm talking about different, like not even a character actually plays in Monster Inc. I'm just saying Mercedes Mone just looks like the scully woman's of Monsters Inc. to say. That's all I'm saying, dude. I'm not compared to the old lady who goes, Mike Mazowski. That's the only part I know of Monsters Inc. Pardon me, I guess. Let's get back to the segment here, shall we? I get off topic a lot, to say the least, on this very podcast. Mercedes Mone, my girl, Miss Monsters Inc. woman herself, Mercedes. Now, I love that freaking year, though. It is just perfect. It's perfect! Is this woman could do any freaking color or what? Does she ever not serve as a freaking make herself look so freaking beautiful, man? And no, I'm not looking to date Mercedes, dude. I don't do that. I think she asked me one-on-one. She's like, "Where you looking? Want to date me?" Like, I'm gonna say no. Honestly, I'm gonna say no. Honestly, I'm saying no. I'm not BSing. I'm gonna say no. Because that means too much. Maybe if it time she'd break her heart. And I know I was one of these days. It's not gonna be. I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted. Honestly, I'm an honest man. I'm an honest freaking human being myself. But let's just back to the freaking. That's a conversation. That's a YouTube video for another day, to say the least. But you get the point. I ain't gonna ever date Mercedes. You know, I'd love to, honestly, but I don't think I can trust myself with that, to say the least. Getting back to the match, shall we? Not for me being weird or anything. I'm on fire today, am I? Yeah, whatever. Mercedes Mone, my girl, defeats Robyn Renegade and after the match, Athena, the reigning defending Ring of Honor Women's Champion. What else? She also had another title last night. I don't know what other title it was off the top of my head. Maybe someone leave in the YouTube comments section. What's the other belt other than Ring of Honor Women's Championship? Athena's Hall. Maybe I'm just high or anything. There's only one title. We shall wait to find the YouTube comments on this on this very YouTube video. Go check out YouTube. Go check out these you watch on YouTube or all audio platforms. Or maybe watching now or on Patreon. Hello, I'm a lunatic. I know. But man, if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, leave me a comment. So even a comment on the one of the two platforms on Spotify or YouTube. It goes help the podcast drastically, to say the least. But back to the match. I'm going to promote a lot of non-stuff for this podcast. I'm sorry, people. Mercedes and Athena came out to the ring, and Mercedes and Athena got into a mini brawl. And Athena eventually accidentally hits the Eclipse on Robyn Renegade to finish off the segment. That's kind of interesting, though. Because Robyn Renegade was trying to help Athena. But Mercedes got out of the ring before she can hit the Eclipse on Mercedes. Mercedes dipped out of the ring, and Athena still went full-fledged to hit the Eclipse on Robyn Renegade. Is that a tease for Renegade Twins to join Mercedes? I don't know, man. It'd be kind of weird for this match, though, to be honest, though. Kind of weird if you ask me, but whatever. This is a conversation for another day, I guess. Maybe we'll have a Wrestle Dynasty when this match take place, match 1. It should be multi-matches on this feud team, Athena and Mercedes. And you know what? Let's give Mercedes her first sell courtesy of Athena. Imagine a sell job. Because Mercedes is probably the best seller in all women's wrestling history, and I stand by that. That woman could sell her freaking ass off. Like death, to say the least. Just asked, what was that one? Whatever, let's just go back to the segment. But imagine the Eclipse sell from Mercedes Mone all in Texas. I do think if this is a multi matches on this feud, Mercedes is going to get the first win. I stand by that perfectly. If it's like 3 matches, it's a little bit it's a different story, but I think it'll be 2 matches, honestly. I think you need to do 2 matches. I don't think you can do over a little bit 3. You know, obviously Athena and Mercedes and trillions of matches, don't get me wrong, it'll be freaking perfect. But I don't think Athena's going to get 2 wins on this, because I think Athena's going to win the feud eventually. And I think Mercedes wins the first match, but Athena wins the second match, and it'll be all over then. That'd be pretty good. Kind of like Chris Statler and Mercedes, but obviously, Chris Statler only went 0 for 2 against Mercedes. Different conversation for another day, though. But if there's 2 matches, one goes to Mercedes, the first match, and the other goes to Athena. And all in Texas. But the first match taking place at Double or Nothing. That's the match. You don't put this on Wrestle Dynasty a week out in advance, dude. That will be freaking stupid booking from Tony Khan. And if that's the case, and I definitely know this is one and done. I'll be a freaking wrong man, to say the least. If I wanted to see Athena be the first one to beat Mercedes. That should be happening, but Tony Khan, if he drops the ball, I'm going to be a freaking pissed off, man, beyond belief. I really am. I really freaking am, man. You save the first match for Double or Nothing in May. You have Mercedes win down, and then you finish off this team all in Texas. And Athena finally gets her revenge on Mercedes and gives Mercedes her first L in AEW. That's the way you do it. Anything else, I don't know what's going to be even better than that. I really don't. If that's not the case, then I might be questioning myself. Why go back to Mercedes? No, I'm a different conversation for another day. I love Mercedes to death. I really do. See, if she has creative control after this match, I don't know, dude. I don't know. We'll wait and find out. But I'm not saying she's like a level of Hulk Hogan, but dude, if she beats Athena and is one and done, I might get to question a little bit, but though Mercedes, you know, I love you to death. I love you to death. I always say when someone's like, got my fan card back. I'm always still a real fan, honestly. I'm always being a real fan and not being a BS artist, to say the least. I love you, though. This is big time. But as for this match, it's a pretty decent match. Didn't get a lot of time. It was like, 5 minutes? But I liked, honestly, after the match where Athena and Mercedes got into a brawl. And teasing that Eclipse. That's why I think it's a multi-man matches. I just think it's only one match. Because eventually, once Athena hits that Eclipse, it's going to hit like crack. It's going to hit like freaking crack on Mercedes. That's me big time. That's me big time. All in Texas, you say, for your biggest show of the year, by the way. All in Texas. Don't do our Double or Nothing. You have the first match, Double or Nothing. That's fine. I obviously prefer that. But all in Texas, You save that Eclipse, sell Jeff and Mercedes there. That would be too perfect to not do it. In Athena's home state, not less in Dallas, Texas. There's still home city and state, too. I'm pretty sure she's from Dallas, Texas. I'm pretty sure, at least. That's what she was Ember Moon, so it's got to go, and coming down the ring from Dallas, Texas, Ember Moon. I don't know about Ring of Honor or anything like that. But that's a conversation for another. Let's move on to this segment. It's 10 minutes on this segment. We'll discuss 3 things. B is your grade. B is your grade. Now moving on. Enough Mercedes talk for the rest of the podcast. I'm going to be honest. I just love to talk about her, dude. What do you want me to say? It's my podcast. You do this podcast, do your thing. But, dude, it's my podcast. What do you want me to say? I love who I love, and I praise who I want. But also can constructive criticism when needed as well, to say the least. Moving on, though, to Big Bill. Moving on to Big Bill and Bryan Keith, though. And by the way, the last segment, Mercedes and Robyn Renegade got overgraded with a B, by the way. Off the post-match attack with Athena as well. That got overgraded with a B. Best thing in the show for right there for right now, this honestly. Moving on to Big Bill and Bryan Keith. The learning tree. Oh, my God. At least it's not Chris Jericho, though. I'll be grateful for that. Defeat Top Flight, Darius, and Dante Martin. B- is your freaking grade. Which makes me question, it's a solid match for what it was. But why the hell you have a squash match with a Top Flight on Wednesday night for Dynamite? If you're just going to have them lose the following Saturday to the learning tree. You know, it's not Chris Jericho, I get that. But still members of the learning tree. Am I wrong for saying that? Dude, B- to your freaking grade. Let's move on. Solid matchup, but still. Questions the outcome for the reason of a Top Flight squash match on Wednesday, to say the least. Moving on to Wheeler Yuta. Oh, man. More Death Riders BS. I know, man. Wheeler Yuta defeats Dax Harwood. But it's a pretty fun match. Pretty fun match. Give it a B. Tied for the best grade this whole night, by the way. With Mercedes Mone and Robyn Renegade and Athena as well. It's a solid match, dude. It really was. Wheeler Yuta and Dax Harwood are 2 great professional wrestlers. They're very good at what they do. But do you care in the grand scheme of things? Match meant nothing. It's more Death Riders, more wins under the belt, and I don't care to say the least. Flip over my notes to say the least as well. We're rapid fire speak because I went way too long on Mercedes Mone segment. I'm sorry, people. I like to keep these reviews on at least now it's 20 minutes. At least maybe a little bit over 20 minutes. One of the SmackDown one of 23, but let's just move on. Going a lot off track today. Moving on to Hologram. Oh my God, I still can't believe Harley Cameron's now Hologram. What the hell are we doing with that, man? It's a different conversation. But Hologram defeats Blake Christian. B- is your greatest. Another solid match on this show, but dude. Like I said with the last one, do you care? The answer is no. Another win for Hologram. He's undefeated. He's basically honestly, the male version of AEW like Mercedes. Basically he is, but obviously Mercedes is obviously a better act than Hologram is at her job. But I'm not saying Hologram's bad. He's actually a very fun professional wrestler. But do I think that man needs an undefeated streak in AEW? Abso-freaking-lutely not. Abso-freaking-lutely not. That's kind of a good comparison, comparing Hologram to Mercedes at the male, because they're undefeated. They're both undefeated. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, Mercedes is a better, bigger star and a better wrestler, I feel, than Hologram. That's a different conversation for another day. B- is your freaking. I need a sip of water, dude. I need a sip of water. My voice about to freaking collapse. Luckily, we got one more match to grade in the show. I'm not going to grade your overall show stands. Also, your overall show grade for this one. Moving on to your main event. Jamie Hayter. The lovely, lovely, lovely Jamie Hayter graces our television once again. Thank you, God. Jamie Hayter. She defeats Billie Starks in the main event to see all the with B. Tie for this is a 4-way tie or is it a 3-way tie for best grade tonight? It is a 3-way tie for Mercedes and also Wheeler Yuta and Dax Harwood, believe it or not. It's kind of shocking there. With Jamie Hayter defeats Billie Starks, who's supposed to be Queen Naminata getting this shot here, but again, Queen Naminata got her, honestly, in the backstage 7 corner to Athena. Or wasn't Jamie Hayter that said it was Renee, but Kenny was Jamie Hayter that said, never mind. But she beats Billie Starks and Megan, probably a better match though. Billie Starks and Jamie Hayter than the Jamie Hayter and Queen Namanata. This is no great of a B for a main event. I love their Hayter A finisher from Jamie Hayter. I love that this first rope off the top rope or lower rope and hit Billie Starks with it. That was freaking great. I prefer that than the original Hayter A finisher from Jamie Hayter. That was a pretty fun. That was very freaking fun, dude. That was a very fun end to that match. And this is a pretty fun match, too. Jamie Hayter is always great what she does in the ring. When given time, obviously, Toni Khan seems to be getting given her time whatsoever recently before you went on with, like, visa issues with the UK, if you don't know about that. But that's a conversation for another day. Jamie Hayter is too freaking great, man. To me, is that your woman that dethrones Toni Storm at All In Texas? I would hope so. That'd be pretty cool. Do I see it? Probably not. I don't know if eventually dethrones Toni Storm. I don't know. As much as I love Mercedes, my girl, I hope it's not her. I want to wait a little bit longer with that match. So maybe like later in the year, maybe later in the year to say the least, with Mercedes Mone and Toni Storm. But maybe like I don't know who would dethrone. I don't think it's be Megan Bayne. I'll tell you that right now. It's not gonna be Megan Bayne. Maybe it is Jamie Hayter. If Toni Khan would book her correctly, it would be perfectly for Jamie Hayter. I hope the guy is Jamie Hayter, though. Jamie Hayter is too freaking good, man. That'd be pretty fun if you ask me. Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm, I think we've seen in the past at Full Gear and a lot of different events at Double or Nothing. But you never saw an All In Texas, or to be more specific. So that'd be pretty fun. Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm for Women's World Championship in AEW at All In Texas. Hopefully Toni Khan can stop being petty with the CM Punk comments that Jamie Hayter said. If he's not petty anymore about that, you got to win last night. Granted, since Billie Starks, but still, it's a different conversation for another day, I guess. But Jamie Hayter should be in a contention for a championship. I don't think it's Mercedes in the TBS Championship more, but like maybe Toni Storm. Although I thought I did see Athena come out at the end of the match. I hope the guy don't do Athena versus Jamie Hayter. Much I love that match on paper. But not for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. That'll be freaking stupid if you ask me. That'll be so stupid. Much I love the match between Athena and Jamie Hayter. I mean, come on, that's gonna be a freaking match of the year contender for women's wrestling. But if you do that for a Ring of Honor Women's Championship, that'll be freaking stupid and insult to Jamie Hayter and Athena in general. You know, Athena's been insulted way too much with that Ring of Honor Women's Championship. But whatever, dude. Whatever. That's your main event, so I'm going to go over Reba B. As for your overall show for AEW Collision March 29, 2025, so I'm going to go over Reba B minus. Better than Dynamite and SmackDown. That's freaking crazy, man. Tie for Raw and NXT this week as well. Spoiler alert! Your show stands this week. I said at the top of it just now. Best show this week is tie for a 3-way tie for Raw for March 24, 2025. NXT for March 25, 2025. 25th, 2025. A disc review extreme right now, AEW Collision, who's all great with March 29, 2025, overgrade at B minus. And last place is 2-way tie with SmackDown for March 28, 2025, and AEW Dynamite March 26, 2025, overgrade with C plus. That is your overall show stands this week as well. But don't expect to see a Collision review next week unless Mercedes Mone is announced for that show. We may find out then. Which I hope to God she's not announced for Collision next week, man. And, you know, it's a pretty fun Collision episode, don't get me wrong. But Collision should not be on Mercedes Mone's radar too many times, man. She should be focused on Dynamite, if you ask me. Well, hey, whatever. It's better for her. As long as I get Mercedes weekly television, I should not be complaining, right? Right, I guess I shouldn't. Then whatever, man. I'm not Mercedes, man. I feel like it's like 70 different times we mentioned Mercedes. I mean, maybe I might think I'm a freaking mark for a podcaster, but whatever. If you think that, so be it. If you do think that, why are you watching me then? If you think I'm such a smart about Mercedes, why are you watching my podcast then? Yeah, why don't you answer that question, dipshit? Anyways, thank y'all for watching AEW Collision March 29, 2020 for review of No Mr. Lucas. I'll be back tomorrow Or actually not a lot. I mean, not a YouTube video to say my top 10 favorite male professional wrestlers right now. And for the next podcast, probably either for Monday night or maybe early Tuesday morning for your next edition of the Monday Night Raw, March 31st, 2025 review. Until then, some more content later today on YouTube, more content on Tuesday or Monday. For No Mr. Lucas, to peace and love, I'm out. Take care. Love you all. Big time.